Okay, another day, another 10 minutes of movement. So come to hands and knees, and we're going to start swimming the hips around the heels. And as you swim the hips around the heels, maybe let your eyes close so you can be inward, to start to feel into your body. How is your body responding to this circular movement? And change direction. Sweep it the other way, soft circles. We're going to keep this idea of flow going. So take your time. When the moment feels right for you, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand and keep the circles going in the hips. You might use a yoga brick, or if you've got something that you can bring your hands on to lift you a little higher, please do. And keep those circular movements, feeling in to the pelvis. And if your knee feels okay, if there's no issues with your knee, you might let your knee go a little past your ankle, a little bit of progressive loading. Start to straighten your front leg and then bend your front knee. And again, you might even bring the knee past the ankle. If your knee feels safe and it's not very vulnerable, then you might progressively load that joint. Again, feeling in as you take the pelvis forward and back, let the pelvis drop and let the chest lift. And then sweep this back to hands and knees. And as you bring it back to hands and knees, this time draw into a figure of 8 shape with your tailbone. So imagine there's a pencil popping out of your tailbone and you're drawing a figure of 8. Keep feeling into that. How would that show up in your body? And then can you reverse the 8 shape? Reverse the 8 shape. A little bit of practice for your mind as well as your body. Don't worry if it goes wrong. I can't see you. You're at home and I'm here. But keep moving. And keep feeling into fluidity. Now, when the time feels right, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand and keep those circles going that we did on the right side. And again, you might use your brick if you have one. Let the pelvis feel into mobility. And even if it feels a bit clumpy, don't worry, just keep going, just keep easing in. Again, if your knee joint is okay on this side, a little progressive loading of the knee joint, bringing the knee past the ankle. And again, when the time's right, start to extend your front leg and bend your front knee. And again, keep feeling in. Extend the leg and bend the knee. Extend and bend. Breathe slow. And maybe let your breathing be felt into the back of the lungs as well as the front of the lungs. When you're ready to come back to hands and knees. And as you come back to hands and knees, make yourself as small as you can. Come into a child's pose. Let your head rest to a surface, whether that's the floor, your brick, or maybe you might do fists, as I'm showing you here. Take a soft breath in and a slow breath out. Reach the arms out in front of you. Look between the thumbs As you walk your hands over to the right side of the mat, that way is right. Walk your hands over to the right side of the mat. Reach through the left arm. Let your breathing become more apparent along the left side of the body. Let your awareness rest to the left side. Now, holding this stretch, but bring your attention to the breath in the right side of the body, the side that feels a little more compressed. See if you can breathe right side dominant. And then breathe both sides equally, right side and left side. On your next exhale, come back into center. Dome your spine as you lift up to hands and knees. Soften the spine into a neutral position. And then press your right heel back behind you. Tuck the toes. Extend through the back of the leg. Lift your ears. And then repeat that on the other side. So left leg extends behind you, press through the heel. Again, lift your ears. That basically means don't drop your head down. Lift the ears back. Breathe. And then bring both knees back to the mat. Sit bones back to the heels and walk your hands over to the left side so there's more length along the right side of the body. Reach from the right hip all the way to the right middle finger. Bow yourself down. And then breathe with more awareness to the right side of the body. You can feel into that expansion of space. The in-breath expanding, the out-breath softening. Then bring your awareness to the left side of the body, the side that's a little more compressed. Breathe into the left lung with more awareness. And then breathe into both sides equally. As you next exhale, come back into center. Dome your spine as you lift to all fours, your quadruped. Arch your spine from the tailbone, the lower back, the mid back, the chest lifts. And take your sit bones to your heels. And again, dome the spine. Start from the lower back, the mid back, the upper back domes. Roll forwards onto hands and knees. And then arch your spine, lifting the tailbone, arching through the lower, the mid, the upper back, the chest lifts, and your sit bones then sit all the way back to your heels. Last one, roll it forwards. Feel into each vertebrae of your spine. Let your head drop down. Nice and slow. Start from the tailbone, arching the lower, the mid, the upper back, the chest lifts. Head pops up last. Sit bones move towards the heels. This time, tuck your toes under and lift into downward facing dog. Start to pedal through your heels and move your hips side to side. Again, treading in easily, softly. Feel your way into your body. Let one knee bend as the other heel lengthens to the earth. Let your hips take a little wiggle as you tread through the legs. Now, when you've a little bit more eased into this posture, come to stillness. Breath in and breath out. Encouraging your tailbone to lengthen to the sky. Think about long length through your spine, strong through your arms. Don't worry about getting the heels to the mat. Think about length in your spine first, and then the heels and the backs of the legs open a little more in time. On your next exhale, come back to your knees. And we're stepping the right foot to the top of the mat, lifting the arms, body rises. Exhale, forward fold and bring the hands either side of your front foot. Take a little stretch of your front leg, maybe toes towards the chin. Scoop both knees back together. Lift back into downward facing dog. Breathe slow and steady. Bring your knees back to the mat. And again, with ease, step your left foot forward. Help it out if it doesn't get there. Take a breath in, raise the arms up. And as you exhale, hands to the mat. And again, take a little stretch of your front leg. Bring your toes back towards your chin. Breathe steady. Place the foot back to the mat. Sit yourself back either in kneeling or sat onto your bottom. Relax your belly. Relax the jaw. Slow down your breathing. Long exhale. When you're ready to, bring the palms of the hands together and bow your head to your heart. Well done. That's your 10 minutes. Enjoy the rest of your day and I'll see you again tomorrow.